Alright, so we got a special little treat here. You can see the dozer's coming. Got a little excavator back here in the back, and I'll be telling you guys here in a second what's going on. Basically what's going on is these are the last two trees here on Spy Point Ridge that we're going to be clearing off, period. They've left them, and I'm going to get in the seat of one of these things and we're going to knock these trees over. So the last two trees to be leaving Spy Point Ridge are about ready to be taken out, and these guys are going to be wrapping up this entire thing today. They're going to come in, cleaning off all the top of this, and it's going to be ready to plant. I think we got rain within about the next week and a half. We're going to start getting into some rain finally again, so I'm going to broadcast and get this thing going. But super excited to get in one of these things and start knocking down these trees. So this is kind of historical. The last two trees on Spy Point Ridge that are going to leave. It's been a long time coming, but it's looking great.
Go up and down, work the bucket,
Alright.
and this one will chill.
There goes Steve and his tree.
Hey guys, well, welcome back to another management vlog. As you know, deer season has started for us, so we started releasing hunting vlogs already, but we're going back to a management vlog today because, as you all know, I have been in the process with Ingalls Dirt Work on creating a massive food plot, and it is finished. First of all, I can't tell you how excited that I am that this is finally done. Ingalls Dirt Work got out here and they did a great job. This was a dream come true for me. As soon as I stepped foot on this piece of property and I owned it, I knew that one of these days I wanted to put a food plot right here on this ridge. It was one of the first things I ever said when I got this piece of property, and to look at it now, it is probably just around or just over 2 acres of great looking rocky dry dirt. But there is a lot of rocks here, but we knew that was going to be the case because we live here in the Ozarks and that's what we grow, is rocks. But we're going to build up this soil. It's just going to take some time, but this food plot is going to change the way this property hunts. So let me show you what we'll be doing today. I've got the earthway spreader on the back of the four-wheeler, which is going to save my legs on this big food plot because it's just in and around 2 acres, maybe slightly over, but close enough to 2 acres. I got the Eagle Seed smorgasbord mix in here. It's got oats, it's got wheat, rape, radish, kale, clover blends. It's got a whole lot of everything. Like it says, it's a smorgasbord. And so I've got that mix that I'll be putting in the earthway spreader here, and I'll be spreading it throughout this food plot. Now, I don't have enough, and so I'm gonna make a smorgasbord mix of my own because I do have some extra wheat, I've got some extra clover, and I've got a couple other extra little mixes that I want to mix together and make my own smorgasbord mix to make sure I have enough to cover this entire food plot. So I'm going to show you the dirt that I have to work with here. It is pretty rocky. They've done a great job of getting a majority of all the debris out of here and the larger rocks, but it is what it is. It's got to be this way. This is the way it's going to start. It's not going to be perfect. They aren't going to come out here and just have the perfect dirt out here in the Ozarks to work with. So it doesn't look bad. I'm pretty excited about it because there is a good amount of dirt, as you can tell in here. But there's also a lot of rock in that. So what I'm going to end up doing is they've tracked it down pretty good and they got it pretty level. Now they came in here with their excavators and dozers and stuff and actually dug up every single one of these trees that were in this food plot. That way we wouldn't have the stumps later on to deal with. They wouldn't decay and create holes and craters throughout this field. So they actually dug them all up and they burned them off. So the majority of this field has been dug up for quite a few feet down. So there's just absolutely no moisture here. So I'm not coming in with a no-till and no-till drilling in here, because even if I got down below the topsoil, there's just no moisture in here, period. So we've got rain in the forecast. They promised us rain starting tomorrow. We have not had rain here for probably over a month or more, month and a half. It has been one of the driest seasons that we've had in a very long time. So I've got all this seed. I'm going to topically apply it, and as you saw, it is very powdery because they have worked it and worked it and worked it. So there's a lot of powder. It's been really worked up at the top. I'm going to topically apply this seed. Rain's coming in and it's going to pound it in the soil enough that that's all I have to do. But a lot of these seeds are smaller, and so it's going to get great soil seed contact. I'm not going to have to worry about that, and then I just got to add the moisture to it. So I'm not going to drag it over the top or anything because it's so light that this seed with a little bit of rain is really going to settle into the dirt really nice. So before I get on the four-wheeler, some of you are probably thinking, why did you wait so late to get this food plot done? It's deer season and you're just now planting this food plot. They're just getting out of here with all their equipment. Isn't that going to pressure the deer? Well, I'll tell you one thing. When you're coming to heavy machinery work, you kind of have to work on their schedule. They have their jobs all year round that have a lot going on, and so you kind of have to take them when you can. They were able to get out here later on this summer, so I had to take it because this will perform great for me this deer season. I can promise you that. Within, if we get rain tomorrow or the next day, within a few weeks this is going to really green up. It's a major travel route through the hunting grounds property. There's going to be a lot of deer in it. Late season, deer are going to pile into this thing because it's going to provide a lot of food here on the hunting grounds. But the thing is, it had to be done when they could get it done, and now it's going to benefit me for years and years and years to come, and every season it's just going to get better. So next season this will already be green at this time, and I'll probably be hunting out of a hawk stand about midway down this field. So I've got to get started. Have no help out here today, but I'm going to throw all the seed in here, throw it all, and hopefully have enough to cover this whole food plot, and then praying that we actually get rain.
I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, girl on my shoulder, heart full of blues, and in the dirt, down in the dirt.
It is extremely dusty out here, but the food plot is completely seeded now and I'm super excited. As you can see, we're going to have a redneck soft-sided ghillie blind on a DIY stand actually right here, hopefully in the next week or two, overlooking this. I'll be gun hunting it, I'll be bow hunting it, and just got to get it some rain so it can start growing up. Anyway, a lot of you might be thinking, man, I wish I could afford a plot like this. Well, the truth be told that I couldn't even afford a plot like this. Now, I had the land, I had 91 acres, and so what I strategically did is I came in and I took a select cut in certain areas of timber on the property that would not only benefit my pocketbook to allow me to build something like this, but it also bettered the rest of my property for deer and turkey and all other kinds of wildlife. So it was kind of a win-win situation. I got to go in, clear out some really old mature timber that just had huge canopies and really do a select cut, not go in and just wipe it out, but do a nice select cut, get some money set aside that would allow for ponds to be built and for food plots to be cleared. That way I could actually afford it. Now what I did on this food plot is I came in, I marked the perimeter, as you can see here, with these pink ribbons, which I am excited now that I can actually take them down. So I marked the perimeter with these pink ribbons, letting them know where to stop at, and I pretty much stopped at the crest of every hill. So as the hill started coming up, and once the grade started getting too steep, I went ahead and put up a pink ribbon so I wouldn't have a food plot on the side of the hill, just so it'd prevent erosion and everything else. That's why I seeded this so heavily. I really overseeded it probably. For one, there's a lot of rocks, I'm not for sure what's going to take. Two, I want this to take as much as possible because I want to start building up the soil. I want a root zone to start developing from the grasses and really hold on to the soil so we don't lose any of the little bit of soil that we do have in this food plot. But I was pretty strategic though when I was coming down and I was marking these trees with pink ribbon along the side. But I knew where my boundary was going to be, so I left tree stand trees along some of these edges. Some of them are just inside of the line and some are right outside on the very edge of the line. You can see here we've got a big white oak. Left it right on the perimeter of this food plot. It's kind of inset. Actually, as you can tell a little bit, it's on the inside of this curve, so you are tucked in just a little bit from the side. But this is going to make a great tree to put a tree stand in, and I'll go across and show you some other trees I left. So you can see for the most part, I took out every single tree. The more trees that you leave in the food plot, the more competition for nutrients and water that those trees are going to be on your food plot. But let's go ahead and officially name this food plot the Candy Shop Plot. One of the viewers remembered that I talked about early on before we even started this. I came through and strategically marked a few trees that would be kind of more in the center of the plot, like this white oak up here. It's going to act like a candy machine, be dropping white oak acorns. Deer are going to come out and come right to that candy shop right there. So we're going to call this the Candy Shop Plot, and I think that's a good name for it. A lot of you guys have agreed. So anyway, I double marked some of these trees that they were supposed to leave. They are strategically left more in the open part of the food plot, but again, I didn't leave too many. I just left 3 white oaks right up here, kind of as a little candy shop. They can come in, get them a little bite of candy, and go back to feeding on their good greens that they're supposed to be eating. But a lot of planning went into this food plot. I didn't get in here and just come in with the dozers and excavators and say, have at it, guys. I came in, I mapped it out, I laid it out, I saw the trees that I wanted to leave in this food plot, and I knew that I wanted to take as many trees out of the food plot as possible. I really wanted to have that root zone as far off to the side as possible. I didn't leave a whole lot of large trees, as you can tell, on the side, but where I did, they're made for a tree stand. The larger the tree, the larger the roots that are coming out into this food plot. And I did not want to have this food plot have to compete with a whole lot of roots from trees. I basically would have been shooting myself in the foot if I were to come in here and to leave every single white oak on this ridge out here in this food plot and then come in and try to plant a food plot around it, because when we got into a drought like we've been in most of this year, then this food plot, I promise, would not perform. But setting it up the way I have, I know it's going to perform. It's going to be a killer food plot. Now I've seeded it. I might come back in with some lime later on. That's just a money thing, so it's just finding the funds to get the amount of lime that I need in here. I won't be using any kind of fertilizer. I know you guys are going to ask on that. All my food plots that I pretty much ever have planted, I've never used fertilizer on for the most part. I try to do it all organically. I try to build up the soil and try to put that crop right back into the ground. So we're going to come back in here with the no-till method and just start building up the soil slowly in this food plot, and it's going to turn out really, really well. I promise you that. I know a lot of you guys are guessing, but you guys will just have to stay tuned in and subscribe to see if this food plot really does turn out the way I'm thinking it's going to. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this management vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, comment down below what you enjoyed about it. Tell me what you think about the plot, what you think about the name, and maybe any more ideas that you have on this food plot. But make sure you guys leave a thumbs up as well. Tell your friends and family what we're doing. Make sure you subscribe because we have vlogs coming out twice a week right now, and I do not want you guys to miss out. It's hunting season and we want to share our hunts with you. But do me a favor, look up Ingalls Dirt Work on Facebook. They've done an exceptional job out here. These guys really did a good job, and they're still building the pond, so we've still got some more work to come from those guys. But if you need them, I'll put the information that will be on this video, and you can take a look and look them up, and I'll also put the link down below in the description. So guys, I'm gonna let you go. I'm super excited about this, praying for rain tonight and tomorrow and for the next few days, and then I'm gonna show you this food plot as it starts greening up, and hopefully it won't be too long, I'll be up in one of these trees. Guys, until next time, have a better than average day.
Won't you take